Hyrule is a beautiful place indeed. Even after a great calamity, there are still stunning locales to visit, each with their own race of intelligent beings with a vast history, covering thousands of years. One of these races being the Zora, an aquatic people that normally remain neutral to the Hylians, with their own system of government and a home called Zora's Domain. Much like the other settlements, Zora's Domain has seen many different incarnations over the course of Zelda history. In A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds, it was a little area sealed off by a waterfall. In Ocarina of Time, it was a less than glamorous cave. In Twilight Princess, it was a gorgeous settlement with royal architecture. The same can be said for Zora's Domain in Breath of the Wild, but thanks to the game's boundless design, it's objectively the best version of the domain in franchise history. Surrounded by mountainous regions in the Lanayru province, the entrance to Zora's Domain is a sight for sore eyes, greeting you with a bridge full of elegant arches, peaceful blue lighting, and friendly citizens. Well, unless you're Link, but more on that in a bit. History of the Zora Part 1 explains that this domain was founded 10,000 years ago thanks to Lanayru's abundance of fresh water from the rain. A unique form of stone masonry was developed from the rich ore in the land, which was then used to construct this beautiful place. As a whole, this domain feels less like a town and more like a palace thanks to its spiraling staircases, or water slides, and massive throne room where King Dorephan is present, because I'm quite certain he isn't able to go anywhere else. So how does he relieve himself? Oh dear. Below the throne room is a Sheikah Shrine, more specifically, the Ne'ez Yoma Shrine. This shrine also lies between two of the domain's shops, pretty much the only shops in the domain, Marot Mart and the Inn, mainly meant for travelers since the Zora have to sleep in water. There are dedicated pools in the domain just behind the stairway to the throne room for sleeping. Marot Mart is basically the go-to place for all a citizen's needs, selling cooking ingredients and, of course, arrows. In the back of the shop sits Dento, an expert craftsman who, with the right materials, is able to make Link the legendary light scale trident or ceremonial trident. Caiden's Inn will also provide travelers with the beds, especially the luxurious waterbed. Only 90s kids will remember these. Zora's Domain is covered by various mountains around the area. Upland Zorana is full of wildlife such as deer and foxes, but be warned, if you go anywhere near Ploymus Mountain, a Lionel with shock arrows will be waiting for you there. Hold on. Crap, I think he saw us. Abort! Abort! I think the best way to get out of here is by diving off Shatterback Point. It may kill us, hence the name, but it'll be a faster death than trying to fight a Lionel. And just like that, we are here at the East Reservoir Lake. As explained in History of the Zora Part 2, this reservoir was built to protect the domain and all of Hyrule. For some odd reason, the Lanayru province sees a heavy amount of rainfall every 10 years that would harm the land and the people in it. The Zora King at the time sought help from the King of Hyrule, and they joined forces to build East Reservoir Lake to contain the heavy rainfall. It has been a symbol of peace among the Zora and Hylians for the past 10,000 years. This also used to be the home of divine beast Varuta. If you are unaware of the tale of this remarkable machine, I'll tell you. Although there will be some minor spoilers about the Zora section of the game's story, so be warned. 100 years ago, when the threat of Calamity Ganon was nigh, King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule ordered archaeological expeditions around Hyrule to uncover the 4 divine beasts, which were ancient Sheikah technology used to defeat Calamity Ganon 10,000 years prior. The Zora found divine beast Varuta, named after the ancient princess and water sage Ruto, whom we'll talk about in a second. Chosen to pilot this divine beast was the Zora princess at the time, Mipha. daughter to King Dorephan and sister to the bodacious Prince Sidon. What was I talking about? Oh, right, the Divine Beast. In History of the Zora Part 6, it explained that the normally calm and relaxed Mipha was very excited to lay her eyes on the Divine Beast Varuta. And in the end, it was she that was chosen to pilot the beast. Mipha is a curious Zora, not because she is the princess, but because she possessed a unique ability to heal the physical wounds of others. King Dorephan wrote about her in History of the Zora Part 4, saying she was as lovely as a jewel. Dento, the previously mentioned smithy, presented Mipha with the gift of the light scale trident. She was then trained as a knight by the royal guard who adored her. It was thanks to her healing power and combat abilities that allowed her to pilot Varuta and claim the title of Zora Champion. However, this would wind up being the death of her. When Calamity Ganon finally struck Hyrule, she rushed to the Divine Beast, only to be slaughtered by Waterblight Ganon. This left all of Zora's domain devastated, and to honor her memory, they sent the light scale trident adrift down the Zora River. But then, Mipha's voice came from the trident, saying, "The light scale trident and I are one. Abandon your grief and know joy once again. Do not cry, just remember." So every year on the day of the Calamity's anniversary, the Zora hold the Champion Festival to honor her sacrifice. 100 years had passed, and Link had just woken up from the Shrine of Resurrection. This led him to Zora's domain, where a corrupted divine beast Varuta has cursed the land with endless rainfall. When he arrived, the Zoras there treated him with resentment because they blamed him for the death of Princess Mipha. It was there that he also met Prince Sidon.
Up top, above you!
Superhero landing, wait for it!
Woo!
Superhero landing!
Yeah, that's really hard on your knees.
This glorious piece of perfection is adored by all the Zora. Mostly the girls, but can you blame them? His admiration didn't come from nowhere, however. He is another skilled warrior, and quite possibly the strongest one next to his father, King Dorephan. King Dorephan is so powerful that he lifted a guardian that was attacking the domain into the air and threw him on the ground into pieces. That's what the scar on his head is from, battling that guardian. It was with the help of these two individuals, mostly Prince Sidon, that Link was able to mount the Divine Beast, kill Waterblight Ganon, and clear the beast of its corrupted malice. It was then that he encountered Mipha's spirit, who then gifted him with her power, Mipha's grace, to heal himself once he fell in battle. It's important to note that Link and Mipha have known each other since they were children, and she has always held a deep, affectionate love for him. Hence why she crafted him Zora Armor as per the tradition of the Miracle of the White Scale, in which female Zora create armor for their future husbands. This went along with the tale of a king who wasn't very skilled in combat, whose queen made him armor that had a single scale of hers planted in it. Once the king was about to be struck by a Lizalfoes, the light from her scale blinded it and saved the king. These tales can be found on stone tablets set around the domain, and the first one that most people encounter is the story of Princess Ruto, who existed during a time long before the 10,000 years since Calamity Ganon's first appearance. When Ganondorf threatened the land of Hyrule in that time, Ruto awoke as the Sage of Water, assisting the Princess of Hyrule and Hero of Time in slaying the evil. In her honor, Divine Beast Varuta was named after her. Now before we go, we'd like to hear what you think should be in the next episode of Inside Breath of the Wild. Do you want us to talk about Death Mountain or the Gerudo Desert? Post your answer in the comment section below or tweet it to us at Common Realm. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos on Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and other Nintendo franchises, be sure to subscribe to Commonwealth Realm and hit that notification bell to know when we upload a new episode. Until then, we will see you girls and guys soon.